Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest theme park of all time for the 50 by 50 mini parks. Super hyper detailed, realistic 50 meter by 50 meter mini park is what I have in store for you guys today. While it may be petite, it packs a punch in terms of detail, realism, and we have 5 roller coasters jammed into this small little space, including 6 thrill rides and 1 water ride as well. Tons of amazing stuff to look at in today's little mini theme park, so stay tuned and let's check it out. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends! Johnny 5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight. Today we're going to be looking at World of Fun 50 by 50 Park, created by the one and only Sublines, a legend builder in this community, as well as a Discord moderator. Thank you for everything you do for this community, Sublines. And here they say, I challenged myself by building a park on a limited space, in this case 50 by 50, used wall pieces. I have been playing the game on and off for a few years now, but this is my first completed park so far. Is that true? I mean, weren't you doing collabs and all this other stuff, Sebi? I guess your first completed park. That is very surprising to read. The park should be checked out during daytime 1 p.m., but also have some good lighting during the night, although nothing extraordinary. Roller coasters should be ridden either in track view or guest perspective, as the roller coasters are fairly smooth. There will be no brilliant coaster stats due to the limited space, as well as none of the coasters being taller than 30 meters or 100 feet. This park features 5 roller coasters, 6 thrill rides, including a triple S&S style drop shot tower and 1 water ride. There's no specific theming going on, as I personally like more of a generic looking park. However, I managed to squeeze in some theming from the scenery next to the queue line for the RMC wooden coaster. Enjoy. While there's nothing wrong with a generic theme or unthemed park, some people think, oh, you have to go fantasy, you have to go pirate, da-da-da-da-da. In my opinion, if you just put a lot of stuff in, to me, that is theming. You got buildings, you got queues, you got realism, you got planters, foliage, parking lots, cars, all of that stuff to me is theming. So even if it's more on the generic side, as long as you make it look spectacular, that is more than enough. And I think it's looking very good, as you guys can see from the B-roll. So let's delay no further and jump on into today's little mini park. Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I decided to go God view from here so you could see the amazing parking lot. We still got a few guests rolling in. At first, there were no guests in the park. I let in 2,000. I don't know how many you should let in, but 2,000 people got off this bus here today. So we went ahead and let in a bunch because I want the park to feel bustling. I want it to feel full of excitement and guests, but I love all the different little bits of detail Sublines put in. Even just this little back area here, I thought that was kind of cute. But yeah, tons of detail gone into just the outside exterior layout, even though this is a 50 by 50 bordered off square little park. You went beyond that and really built out the exterior, making it feel like a setting, making it feel like a place, and I definitely truly appreciate that. So Sebi is a legend, a moderator, doing a mini park here. I saw this one sitting in my bin for a minute. I just was trying to get as many of these banger mega parks out to you guys, and I think you guys have been spoiled over the last month or so. We've just been doing banger after banger. Not that this isn't a banger, but I'm talking like 2-hour-long episodes, right? We've delivered enough of the greatest of all time mega parks over the last month. Just crazy amount of watch time and parks, long parks being featured on the channel. And I finally figured it was time to feature Sebi's mini park, because we need to switch things up time to time, right? Doing a little bit of everything on the show, and we've done a lot of mega parks. So let's see what you can do when you have a limited amount of space. And I believe 50 by 50 is the exact size that we use from previous contests. When we did mini park contest 2, I believe, was a 50 by 50. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it was a 60 by 60, but regardless, it's tiny. And as you can see, it packs a punch. Sebi has gone to the full length to fully detail everything, and this is a first for me. You did a moat around the center of your park with bridges, and a river rapids going. That is the laziest, coolest river rapids of all time. You even got these like grungy decals. I love to see it. You've completely submerged and covered the tracks of the river rapids, and I love that. Absolutely love it. Attention to detail, all these little pieces on the floor here to make the tiling. It is just elaborate. So much attention to detail and realism, down to the little signs and everything. I had to download a whole bunch of custom assets to get this park to run, and I love it. You spared no expense, just went the full mile to make a super vibrant and realistic mini park. So if I'm gonna do a little tiny mini park, get away from the megas, I want it to be jam-packed, and no better person to deliver on that than Sublimes themselves. All right, so we're kicking things off with a two-seated invert, and there's a look at the stats if you want to see them. As Sebi even mentioned in their intro, we're not going to have, you know, world-breaking stats on this mini park because of size and stuff, but Sebi is definitely an expert when it comes to coaster design, so these should be quite remarkable. Let's go. Super smooth and gentle layout on that. Fun for the whole family. They did say they did do some nighttime lighting. They said not to be blown away or anything. You're really selling it to us, Sebi. But I definitely want to check this out again. And they did say track view is also a good option. So why don't we switch it up? It's going to be five coasters total with a river rapids. So we might as well check out day and night for these rides here today. I actually feel like you're being quite humble and underselling your nighttime lighting, as in my opinion, from what I can see from the perspective of this coaster, this is looking brilliant. Just enough lighting, it's soft, it's not a color bomb, it's not oversaturated. It's really quite nice in my opinion. So I actually look forward to riding these both at day and night, but definitely pops at the 1 p.m. Why are the guests trapped? What have you done to these people? The missile coaster. Oh, what's going on over here? Is this for, wait a second. Did I just go down that queue? What happened here? Why is there two queues? Oh, they're different coasters. I was like, wait, is that another invert? Didn't we just go on an invert? Why is there a different queue? I got extremely confused there for a second. So you have a inverted two-seater, and I'm gonna assume an inverted four-seater. Yep, there it is. Okay, side by side, back to back, inverts. There's another look at the stats. Almost a kilometer length on that one. Pretty impressive. But this one is doing inversions, whereas the other one was not. So the other one's a little bit more on the family-friendly, gentle side, and this one's going to be a little bit more for the extremes. Okay, let's go. Good googly moogly. Another exquisite layout on that coaster there. And boy, oh boy, I would have yelled at you in the past, Sebby, for this gravel, but boy, oh boy, does it shine now that I can actually run this game. Oh my God, look at the polygons. I love it. All those little extra details, the TMTK's gone a long way to really add an extra little bit of pop to this park. I love the way that blue coaster, the RMC there, looks. I guess it's the missile at nighttime. It's got the red lights on the blue track. You've lit up parts of it all red. It looks really cool. So why don't we head on over to this? Oh, we even have the paint decals on the wall there. Some chipping there. Love to see it. Spared no expense at the extra details. Drop our bag in the little bin here. Take a look at the missile stats. There they are. And we're going to get on this one. No guests on this one, so we might as well go track. We're not going to get any flailers or anything like that. Hurry up and leave before our guest gets in queue. Come on, let's go. Come on. What are we waiting for? Hurry! Hurry! Perfect. All right, off we go. Absolutely stellar little RMC there. Does it have any airtime? I was gonna say 6 airtime counts. All those little bunny hills. I like the outward banking on that. Again, the nighttime lighting was impeccable on it. Absolutely amazing stuff here by Sublines. All right, that is the missile. Let's keep on keeping on. So mini parks. I gotta mention this since we got Sublines here. One of their creations. They part of the mod squad on the Discord. The Splash Zone. My apologies to all the moderators and also the Discord members, as I have not been on Discord a whole lot. I've been incognito. I needed a break from Project Planco and all things related to internet. Just been doing my weekly uploads, and that's pretty much it. Been trying to get off the computer as much as possible. But with that being said, we always have annual contests in Channel 5 gaming community, and that has been on hold ever since we were doing the community project Planco. So now that we're starting to wrap that up, I got to get back to it in the next couple weeks to get all the presentation done and figure out how I'm gonna put that together and fight through the crashes that have been occurring. Anyways, that's something I'm working on the side. In the meantime, I feel like the community could definitely get going on something like a mini park contest. So I think this is an appropriate time to talk. Ooh, I like what you did with these rails. What are these? How did you do this? Is this just a random queue? I guess that is. Why do I feel like I haven't seen these queue rails before? Anyways, it is a mini park, and it's done in the fashion, this park here is done similar to the fashion that we've done it in the past. So how do we innovate? How do we take it to the next level? And I want to get back on Discord, talk to the mod squad, talk to the community, and get your guys' thoughts and ideas for a future contest. And I'm thinking a mini park contest would be the way to go. Here figure we got a dive-a-thon coaster here, dive coaster. But yeah, I'd like to do something again, bring out a bunch of mini parks, but not in the sense that Sebi did it here with the square 50 by 50, something a little bit more on the organic side. And I would love to get some help from the moderators to create some different sized islands, maybe like 40 by 80 or 50 by 70, or, you know, all these weird shapes, and create a bunch of maps. Anyways, let's ride the coaster and I'll talk about it after. And we got one going up the lift right now, so let's flip it over to nighttime and get on that. And we'll go ride the back, I guess? Yeah, let's try this out. Is this a channel record, world's smallest dive? What do we have here? The biggest drop is 33 meters. Wow, that's actually surprising. There's been many times I go to these large parks and I go, oh, your dive coaster's only 40 meters. And even Sebi, for a tiny, tiny baby park here, managed to squeeze in 33 meters on that dive right there. Very cool. Love how it drops underground there between the bridges and all that. Very cool. All right, we are making our way outside around this. Oh, wow, look at this. The dump trucks pull it in. Oh, that is such a nice little touch. Wowee. I love that. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. We have a bit of a corkscrew coaster here. Very cool. Love the lime green on that. Where's the queue start for this guy? I see them wrapping around in there. How did they get in here? I think we got to go up here. We do. We're going up an exit, Johnny. All right. Woohoo! What do we got going on here? It's the SLV shuttle looping Deegan. One inversion on this guy. All right, I think we'll do track. There's people sitting in here. They're gonna be flailing about, looking good. All right, let's check it out. I really like what you did with the boarding station here. Little spiral staircases going all the way up to these platforms. It's all tied together. You can do maintenance on this. And got the spotlights on the tracks there. Looking nice. All right. Let me head over to the lazy river so I can finish my thoughts. Nice garden work as well. Finish my thoughts on contests. All right, off we go. Yes, so I got to get myself back on Discord, see what everyone's been up to. It's been really tough not having Zayfor around. I've just been kind of MIA. So get back on there, talk to the mod squad, and see if we have any volunteers, either from the moderators or the community themselves. If anybody's interested in putting together really unique and creative islands, archipelagos, just basically landscapes, maps of different sizes and shapes, all on a body of water. We could even do land and then make moats. Or, you know, I'm up for a whole bunch of different ideas, but you could easily create a nice landscape and then divide it with rivers and stuff like that, and then set certain borders and parameters for these maps, because there's nothing worse than doing a giant sandbox and then cutting it out so it's all water, and then what you have is a big giant square pad of water with an island in the middle. Unless you do it somewhat organically and trim it so it looks nice. But the idea would be to create a whole bunch of different sizes and shapes that, I guess, it'd be hard to calculate the square meter of each of the islands, but roughly around the size of a 40 by 40 mini park, maybe another one that's quite smaller, maybe two islands that had kind of bridged together, or they're separate and the creators have to build their own bridges. Maybe one map that has 3 or 4 islands, and one's like a 10 by 10, one's a 20 by 20, one's a 40 by 40, but basically a set of maps that get larger and larger and more and more. So you could have a tiny island, a larger island, a map that has 2 islands, a map that has 4 islands, one map that's just a gigantic megalithic island, and we create like a nice set of 10 sized maps that scale between size, variation, shape, and environment. And the creators would be able to change the terrain color. So if you downloaded a certain map that was like the tiny one, you could make it, you could repaint it or change the paint palette. You could make it tropical, you could make it sandy. Therefore, what we would get is whoa. We would get a whole bunch of park submissions that are no two the same. And if you're a crazy person like the Madman, you could work on a mini park on the largest map all by yourself. Or you could team up with a friend or 2 friends and go to the map that has 4 islands, and each one of you does a different island. You could pair up in teams, you could go solo, you could take a big map by yourself, you could take a small map with a team. And I really like this idea because people get more choice, a little bit more variety, and they can kind of dictate how long they want to work on this or how much they want to do and how far they want to push themselves in the, 2 months that's been given for said contest idea. And I think that's a way to do it, because in previous contests, we had people finish like a month early. Some people have more time than others, and some people have less time than others. Some people barely finished at all or submitted unfinished parks. And with an idea like this, you can figure out how much time you have, how much time you're willing to dedicate, and pick the island park size that's right for you. And I think that's a great way to approach a contest in the future. And then when we go to judge them, and you guys are the the people that vote on the winners, when we're looking at them, not every single episode is a square pad like this, which we've seen in the past. Not that I have any problems with this, as we saw from today's park tour looking at Sublime's creation here. Far different than all the mini parks we've seen on the channel in the past. I really love this mode idea, doing all the flat rides in the center with all the eateries here, and then the coasters on the outside. Very fun, great nighttime lighting as well. Everything about this was very modern, very clean, very realistic, and great use of that theme maker toolkit. Ran beautifully, looked beautiful, stood out from, you know, the stuff we've done in the mini parks in the past. So definitely a reason I wanted to showcase it here, as it is leaning a little bit more on the realism side, whereas when we did the contest, we had people submitting gigantic mech warriors that somebody built a theme park on. We saw all sorts of crazy over-the-top theming, and that's what people like to do with these contests. So I figured doing an island contest where you have to pick a theme and actually, you know, make it thematic, or each of the islands is a different theme. You know, what can people do to make a super hyper detailed island park, and how would that look? And it would feel like for us, the viewers, and myself as the host, we would be going to a completely different park spotlight, and some of them could even be massive islands that are like regular sized parks. Only problem is I don't know how you would judge that. I don't know how you would categorize that. And in the past, I had Zayfor helping with all of this stuff. So I've been very scared to approach doing another contest, so I just wanted to take this opportunity to not only showcase Sublime's amazing park here today, but have an open dialogue with you guys. That this is what I've been thinking about. What do you think? Is this something you'd be interested in? I'll get on to Discord here, talk to the mods over the coming weeks here, and see if any of them are interested in helping out and coming up with some ideas, picking holes in the idea. As mentioned, every idea starts from somewhere, and then me and Zayfor would sit down and pick holes in contests. Like, well, what if you did this? What if you did that? Well, if everybody picks a different size park and everybody's working in different size teams, how would you categorize them? How would you even bracket them to be judged? And how do you give out prizes? Well, at the end of the day, this show is about creativity. So if you get your stuff showcased, you're already a winner. Everybody gets to see your stuff, and we can give out prizes to everybody. Everybody that we give participation games. I have so many games to give away now. I've been stockpiling Humble Bundle games. I think I got like 700 game codes, all AAA titles, $70 games. It's amazing the type of games that I have on the list. So if we had 50 participants, I honestly wouldn't mind giving away 50 prizes. It wouldn't even make a dent in the prize pool that we have built up over the years. So that being said, I think we would just probably go with island A, B, C, D, E, F, and whoever does the best of each of those islands, whether you're on a team or not, is the winner for that island. But if we only get 1 or 2 submissions per island, then you win by default. So we'll have to see, but I like that idea. I've been playing around with that. I brought it up a couple times in previous videos, and I just really wanted to hammer in all the details here to see what you guys think. Run it by some of the moderators to say, hey, what did you guys think of this idea? And see if anybody wants to help make some archipelago island maps while I finish up Project Planco, so that we can bring it all together, finish that project, move straight into a mini park contest. And if you guys are new to the show and you're thinking about playing PlanCoBySeb, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to get featured, for you to participate, you know, actually build something in the game that's not too overwhelming, something about this size, smaller, bigger, depending on the island, and then you can get your stuff seen and showcased and you know, really show what you can do. And even 7 years into PlanCoBySeb, whenever we do these contests, there's a massive buzz. So I just want to generate some more hype around the game again, as our previous hype project has come close to an end now. I would like to deliver something unique for this year in 2024. Not to take away anything from Sebby's park, it's a super mini park. I try to showcase all of the coasters at both day and night. They were all great. The layout of the park is great. I really love the exterior, the parking lot, all the attention to detail, what you did with the extra downloaded assets, all the little signs, all the doodads, even this little garbage truck pulling in with the lifting meter there, all this extra realism in the back, bringing in the Pringles. Look at that. All this stuff is fantastic. So if this is the style that you like to build in, maybe this is something that Sublimes would like to participate and make another mini park on a small island of sorts. So, you know, that's definitely an angle you could go with. So something I definitely appreciate seeing here with these smaller parks. I want to see, can we push it a little further? Can we take it to the extreme? That's where the contests become so much fun. So it's definitely due for another one coming up here. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys here today while we looked at a wonderful park from one of our moderators, Sublines. Absolute amazing work on this one here today. Legend builder Sublines. What did you guys think of this here World of Fun? Fire away down in the comments, and that is going to do it for us in today's episode of Park Spotlight. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.